Do you know how incompetent you have to be to say, I was just as surprised as you were, when you are a creative company, when you are a platform for creators and have to know this kind of shit and have to be compliant with these laws? They knew that the infrastructure they had in place was not enough. They knew that the way they were educating streamers wasn't enough because streamers were getting DMCA strikes. They knew that their muting system wasn't enough because creators were still getting DMCA strikes. And yet they still had the audacity to tell creators, well, there's nothing we can do, just delete all of your things. And then still hold our shit on a public server that we're still liable for. People have been on Twitter the past week constantly, and of course every single one goes viral because we're all tuned into this shit. Unlike Twitch, people coming out and saying, deleted all my shit, just got banned for DMCA. I guess that's GG's. And we're like, anybody who's played Grand Theft Auto, Guitar Hero, reacted to a movie trailer or a music video, anything belonging to anybody else, there's no way to share revenue. There's no way to have a strike to take the content down because the content is already taken down. Any sports game, racing game you could play Burnout Paradise on PlayStation 2 from 2004, listening to Avril Lavigne's Girlfriend, and Avril Lavigne's bitch ass can come out of the woodwork, absolutely revive herself back into relevancy just to DMCA your ass. Actually, it's probably her music label, but you get my point. They, nope, you don't get to be a Twitch streamer anymore. Meanwhile, there's shit on this server, this public server. It's every VOD that's ever been deleted. Every single VOD that's ever been deleted, every single clip that's ever been deleted is on this server. There's been accidental nudity bans on the platform, which means that if it's true that all VODs and clips are stored there, that means there are VODs and clips of accidental nudity, which is unconsensual and is illegal to store. If they can hunt down that clip, which according to Devin Nash isn't hard, Ninja's porn fiasco might even be there with the porn that played on his channel. But instead of keeping this server internal, which still would be maintaining unconsensual nudity, it's a public server. There is unintentional porn. There is unconsensual porn on this server. That's illegal. That's fucking illegal. I can't stress that enough. There are people who could go to jail. There are people who could be criminally liable for this shit. This is negligent. This is absolutely fucking negligent. Not to mention the cherry on top being all the crazy shit that's happened with ads, mid-roll ads, all of that jazz, and all of the shit going on with the Me Too resurgence, with all of these credible allegations coming out against these creators, and Twitch deplatforming a handful of them and then saying, we'll take care of it, guys. And many of them are still on the platform. Gross fucking negligence. Negligence that led to this DMCA fiasco. It's negligence that had Onision being partnered while they refused to be transparent with their partner applications and with their bans. And it's negligence that went from that made them think that mid-roll ads were a good idea instead of fixing their ad network, which Devin Nash has laid out exactly how to do. Devin Nash has laid out exactly a man who is a major, like, top 1,000 Twitch streamer who has been a legal and has been sought out by Twitch staff for advice, who is personal friends with the VP of Amazon, laid out exactly how Twitch could fix their ad network. And they have taken zero of his feedback. Their ad network is painfully underpowered. And it continues to get worse as these fiascos and debacles ruin the name of Twitch, ruin the brand, and make it less advertiser friendly. All because of negligence, of stuff that there's precedent for, that YouTube and Facebook and other platforms have jumped through these hoops before and handled it much more gracefully. I have been easy. I have been easy on Twitch, all things considered. You guys know I like to complain about transcoding, about server strength, about features we don't need. But overall, I have been defensive of Twitch. I've been a Twitch apologist for a very long time because I've been such a fanboy. It's time after time after time. I have an abusive relationship with Twitch. Twitch and I have an abusive relationship, and I've been an apologist. I've been like, no, it's me. I've done this. I want to be a partner, and I love chat, and I love the way chat works, and I love the follower list, and I love subs, and I love subbing to people, and I love subbing to my friends, and I like having a 1.5-year badge in Harris Heller's stream, which I'm like 3 days away from. And I'm about to have the 9-month badge in Sam's stream, and all this lovely things that I just abso-fucking-lutely adore about Twitch. I until like a month ago was like, I will not even consider streaming on Facebook Live, let alone YouTube, you know. Mixer was around. Mixer was a joke. Ninja moved to Mixer. I was like, that's a joke. That Mixer thing's gonna crash and burn, and it did. And then everybody on Twitch started thinking that they were invincible. Harris Heller has been warning about DMCA for a long time. Since way before he made stream beats. I used to stream copyrighted music a lot. And I started listening to Harris because I knew Harris knew better than I did, and I knew that he knew better than Twitch did. I was watching my VODs, and I was noticing that there were swaths of songs not being muted. I'm like, well, I guess they're just not DMCA-able. I was like, it would be irresponsible of me to continue as if nothing is happening. I have decided that I'm going to diversify the streams. This is a pretty conservative action considering what my friends are doing, by the way, and what my peers and perhaps people who are smarter than me are doing right now, by the way. I'm taking less action than they are. What I'm going to do, where our content is going to go, I'm going to diversify the streams that we do. Twitch will no longer be the only place I stream. I will no longer call Twitch home. I've said time and time again last month or so, I said Twitch is my home. Let's go home, guys. I don't think Twitch can be home anymore. I don't think Twitch can be I don't think I can call Twitch home anymore. I think that's how bad they've hit me. I think from now on Twitch will be our weekly streams. So Tuesdays and Thursdays will remain on Twitch. On weekends, namely Sundays mostly, it's going to be weekly YouTube streams. There will now be a weekly YouTube stream. So part of that also means I think more content is going to be coming to YouTube. I want to do more stuff like this where we have candid talks on stream so that I can post those more often. So I'm going to be doing a lot more content branching, as Sam coined the term. Here's the deal with that though. I'm not monetized on YouTube. I make no money from YouTube at the moment. You guys are by far one of the most supportive communities I have ever seen on Twitch, and I don't just say that because you're mine. And I don't like to say this because it kind of puts down my friends sometimes. But there are Twitch partners, and there are people that have way more viewership than I do, that don't reach the sub counts that we do. I know of at least one Twitch partner who doesn't get anywhere near the subs that we do. I know of lots of people who get twice the viewership, 3 times the viewership that I do. And you guys are way more loyal. You guys are way more supportive than their communities. I legitimately have, I believe I have the best, obviously my subjective opinion is I have the best community on the internet. But objectively, I think we have among probably top 1 to 5% most loyal, supportive communities on the entire platform. And I cannot express to you guys how much that fucking means to me. That is the coolest shit in the world. In the world, that is one of the coolest things that has ever happened, and not just because I make cash. Because honestly, I'm not really hurting for money. Now, with my ambitions and planning forward and planning on my future endeavors, I can use every dollar. Every single dollar counts. But in reality, if I made zero money from content creation, I'd be able to eat. You know, I'd have a roof over my head. I'd be able to buy the vast majority of the gear I'm able to buy still. I don't hurt for cash. The money It's not about the money for me. It's the lengths you guys are willing to go for me that make me realize that you feel that I'm doing the same for you. That's an immense amount of gratitude, and that is met with an immense amount of gratitude for me. So, all that being said, currently, or until this time, or until a couple weeks ago, I should say, until a week and a half ago, Twitch was the only way you guys could support me. Twitch subs, Twitch bits. I didn't and do not and will not accept direct tips just because there's no way I could ever there's no way I can ever feel like I can repay you. I can pay you back the value if you directly tip. There's nothing I can do for you extra. You just throw money at me. And that's not what I'm about. I'm all about providing value. So, Twitch subs have been fine. I've been able to provide emotes. You guys get ad-free watching, things like that. I am this close to backing out of the affiliate program on Twitch. I've never been closer in my life. I didn't think I would ever be this close. But with everything going on, I'm this close to pulling out of the affiliate agreement and not accepting subs and bits. Which is what a good inspiration of mine named KonkeyTalks, streamer who you may have seen me interacting with on Twitter and just became a patron of mine. He left the affiliate program about 6 months ago when the Me Too stuff came out. And I respected the hell out of his decision. He turned to direct tips as an alternate form of supporting the content. I respect that decision of his as well. But I also acknowledge that that's not for me. And I also have a greater tolerance when it comes to the affiliate program. But they're testing it. It's this close. It's this fucking close. It's gonna happen. If Twitch continues down this road, let me lay it out flat for you guys. Twitch continues down the road it's on. Number one, Twitch will eventually be shut down. Twitch will go down as a platform. But before it does that, I will cancel my affiliate agreement and then eventually leave the platform if they stay down the road that they're on. Which is why I want to diversify the stream part of my content. Stream is still the kind of the glue of my content. It's still what I'm known for. I have 4 times the following on Twitch than I do on any other platform, but it is just one part of the content. We as a community, me as a creator, we are so much fucking bigger than Twitch. We are so much bigger than one platform. If our streams eventually have to move to YouTube in order for our content to survive, then that's what I'm going to do. So I mentioned this about a week and a half ago, but I want to bring to your attention, and this will be the first YouTube video in which I brought this to the YouTube's attention. I have started a Patreon as an alternative way for you guys to support the content. I very, very, very strongly suggest if you guys have $5 a month that you wish to support me with, if you wish to support my content, I highly encourage you cancel your Twitch subscription and join me on Patreon and pledge on Patreon instead. Number one, Patreon takes a much smaller cut, fraction of the cut that Twitch takes. Second of all, you will no longer be giving money to Twitch on my behalf. I'm gonna make all of our emotes are gonna be made available on Discord for free for all users. Basically, the incentives to sub minus ad-free viewing are essentially more or less going to go away, because I no longer want to ask you guys or incentivize you guys of subbing to my channel. If you guys still want to watch ads for bits and give a bit every once in a while, give a few bits every once in a while, that's fine. I want to keep that open to you guys because I know you guys buy into that culture. You guys love it. And I think it's an amazing culture. The culture of giving on Twitch is amazing. But Twitch takes a fucking huge cut of it. And they're about to start the celebration feature. And there's a very, very high likelihood that Twitch blocks direct tips and direct donations to streamers, makes it against TOS, and encourages you to use the celebration feature. There's a decent chance, based on what they've been doing, there's evidence to suggest that that's what's going to happen. In which case, that may be the straw that gets to me to stop being an affiliate. There's a $5 tier on Patreon. There's a $10 tier on Patreon. There's a $25 tier on Patreon to simulate tier 1 sub, tier 2 sub, tier 3 sub on Twitch. Patreon has all the same payment plans that Twitch does with PayPal, with credit cards, etc. You can log in with your PayPal just as easily as you do on Twitch. And I get to provide you exclusive content if you're a patron. We have stuff set up in Discord right now. We've already had one of our first meetings with the Early Access Club. We already had our first meeting with that. It went great. We didn't schedule it at a very good time, so only about half of us got to show up, but we had a really, really, really nice talk. I can't wait to do it again. There's going to be another one before the end of November. Better news, even better news. If you guys want to try it out, if you guys are already subbed on Twitch, right, and you guys want to give Patreon a shot, you say, I want to give being a patron to Neat a shot, okay? What you can do is if you go to Patreon and you pledge, the $5 to enter the first tier, you guys will get all of the stuff. You guys get all the stuff immediately. You immediately get access to all the free stuff. You get immediate access to all of our chats in Discord. You will be in the next, if you are an early access subscriber, you'll be in the next meeting before the end of November. If you are a VIP, if you go to the $25 tier, you'll have a one-on-one meeting with me before the end of November. Your card and your cash will not be charged until December 1st, which means I am essentially offering you guys a completely free of charge, free trial of all the benefits of my Patreon. There may come a time where I change that, but the problem is once you've changed that, whenever it becomes pay up front, it's changed forever. You can never change it back. So for right now, I'm timid to do that. I would rather give you guys the potential for a free month. You guys potentially get, if you guys go and become patrons right now and decide that you aren't satisfied with the benefits, you can cancel your patronage on November 30th and you will not be charged a dime and there will be no hard feelings. I will totally understand because it is my job as the creator to provide you guys the value you think you're paying for. And furthermore, I plan to always keep the patron count and the dollar amount that I'm earning on Patreon completely visible because transparency is part of my brand. I want to be 1,000% transparent with you guys. So those will always remain visible. I've been known to show my sub count on Twitch and show what I make through Twitch on occasion, but you can always click on Patreon and see how much I'm making. That will stay totally transparent for you guys. If I just happen to be your favorite Twitch streamer, that's cool by me. My goal is to make me your favorite creator. I want to be the guy that if I went to Brime, you guys would come watch me on Brime. Like, you know what I mean? I want you guys to love the content, be in love with the content. Obviously, I want you guys to like me, but it's the content I want you guys to like. I want you guys to get so much value out of the content, you'll follow it wherever I go. Whether it's Patreon, whether it's Ko-fi, YouTube, Facebook gaming, not gonna happen. I want you guys to love the vibes, love the content,